What if you could request a ride from your mobile phone? How can my store be as big as the Amazon River? Can 10 to the power of Google mean something? Is there a way to create an environment where a short burst of information is circulated? What name is fun, spirited, and not intimidating? Hello friends, today we are going to talk about how these brands got their names. Let's start off. Unable to get access to a taxi during a snowstorm, the founders Travis Kalanick and Garrett Camp just thought to themselves, what if you could request a ride right from your mobile phone? This move to bring about the Uber, which was formerly Uber Cab. The name Uber is derived from the German word which means above all the rest, super or outstanding. This is a bedrock principle Kalanick and Camp wanted for their fledgling company. On July 5, 1994, Bezos initially incorporated a company with the name Cadabra Inc., but a lawyer misheard its original name as Cadabra in the process of incorporation. In September 1994, Bezos purchased the domain name Relentless.com and briefly considered naming his online store Relentless, but friends told him the name sounded a bit sinister. After a few months, he changed the name to Amazon.com Inc. Jeff Bezos selected the name by looking through a dictionary. He settled on Amazon because it was a place that was exotic and different, just as he had envisioned for his internet enterprise. The Amazon River, he noted, was the biggest river in the world, and he planned to make his store the biggest store in the world. Additionally, a name that began with A was preferred because it would probably be at the top of an alphabetized list. Back sometime in the late 90s, Larry Page and Sergey Brin were two graduate students at Stanford. They had been working on a search engine and had given it the name Backrub. Fortunately, they were smart enough to realize that Backrub was the worst tech company name in the history of tech companies, and they needed to find something a little more appropriate. During yet another brainstorming session, their friend Shin, a fellow graduate student, suggested the word Googleplex. Simply put, Googleplex is the name for 10 to the power of Google. Google is the name used by mathematicians to reference 10 to the power of 100, or 10, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. How many zeros? Okay. When Shin suggested Googleplex, Larry responded that he liked the smaller term Google, but felt like the term in general was a great fit for what they were trying to do. Shin, not realizing Google was spelled with an OL at the end, set the internet to see if the domain google.com was available. Larry liked the new word Shin had accidentally come up with, and voila, Google was named. Jack Dorsey wanted to create an individual short message service to communicate with a small group. The original name was called Status, but after searching through the dictionary, he found the word Twitter. The definition was a short burst of inconsequential information and chips from birds. That's exactly what the product was. Inspired by Flickr, Dorsey initially named it TWTTR and later changed it back to Twitter for simplicity. Apple's co-founder Steve Wozniak explains how the name Apple came up, and he says, it was a couple of weeks later when we came up with a name for the partnership. I remember I was driving Steve Jobs back from the airport along Highway 85. Steve was coming back from a visit to Oregon to a place he called an apple orchard. It was actually some kind of commune. Steve suggested a name, Apple Computer. One of the reasons cited for the name behind Apple is that the name is fun, spirited, and not intimidating. Hello guys, hope you have enjoyed this video. I just want to say this, that wherever you are and everything that you are doing, always know that even though the thing may sound silly or may look silly, know that the best can come out from it. Feel motivated and hope you have been informed. 3BI.